Hi, I'm Ed Litton, the pastor of Redemption Church in Mobile, Alabama.
And I'm Charlotte Green from Bethel AME Church here in Mobile.
We're part of a group called the PledgeGroup. The PledgeGroup began several years ago in an effort to bring racial reconciliation to our city.
And we feel it very important that we start within the body of Christ because we believe that in a city, in a society that's divided, only the church can lead. And with this cause, we believe we're making a difference one heart at a time.
That's right. On July the 28th, the service will start at 6 o'clock, and we will have worship together, which is so important for the body of Christ. And then at 6:30, we're going to hear speakers from Charleston, South Carolina, who were enmeshed in a terrible tragedy, an evil that was performed in a church called Emmanuel AME Church. And we're going to hear how God intervened through all of that so that all of us will have a fresh approach to one another and how to love one another in these difficult times.
Hi, I'm Marshall Blaylock. Looking forward to being with you in the great city of Mobile, Alabama for Shrink the Divide 2020. It'll be a powerfully important Tuesday night, July 28th, as people gather across the city in different venues, as we share the power of God's grace to build the bridges of reconciliation across the racial divide. Here in Charleston, there's a great historic Black congregation known as Emmanuel AME Church. In the city, we call it Mother Emmanuel because it's the oldest of the churches, the mother of all the churches here in the AME Church. In June of 2015, the night of June 17th, 9 beautiful African American Christian people gathered for a Bible study and were shot and killed that night by a killer who came for one purpose, because he hated black people and because he wanted to start a race war. Essentially, he was a terrorist. And what do terrorists want to do? They want to create hatred and fear. But as we say here in Charleston, he went to the wrong place. He went to church. And Emmanuel Church people, the families of those who were slain in such a horrible way, began one by one sharing the power of God's grace and the power of forgiveness in order to bring a new direction and a new hope for our city. On that evening, as the city began to learn about the death of these 9 folks, it was transformational because it was perhaps the very first time that white families began to weep for their black neighbors. Emmanuel Church became a symbol of grace, a symbol of forgiveness, and a symbol of hope to build a bridge over the racial divide in a very old city that had seen centuries of racial division. Emmanuel Church, to me, symbolizes the power of God's grace, the greatest force in the world.
In times that we're living in right now, racial reconciliation is not very comfortable, it's very awkward, but it's a necessary dialogue for healing. We do invite you to join us on July 28th.
Listen, we're here to shrink the divide together, and God is doing something in these difficult times. Be a part of it.